games to get 200.
We all remember things for different reasons.
Yes, we do.
Michigan guy.
Well, his story is still one of the most unique stories in sports history. Maybe even, I don't know, I want to say it's more unique than Tom Brady because of the Super Bowls. But at least Brady, I don't know, was drafted, you know.
Was recruited by Michigan.
Yes. And Duncan Robinson, basically,
Is it better than Vince Papale?
Yes, much better. Much better.
The bear has been poked.
Yeah. It wasn't, I mean, Duncan Robinson is invincible.
All right, just so people don't know, because they don't. People tune in all the time. Vince Papale, Stoney doesn't necessarily hate him.
No.
He hates the movie Invincible. Because it's not 100% accurate.
It's not
I think every movie should be that's based on a true story.
Forgetting about 100% accurate.
But one of the best things about Vince Papale recently was that we were out in Vegas and we were at the stadium pool up top. And all of a sudden, somebody goes walking by with a Vince Papale jersey. I mean, you can't make this up.
Not only that, it was an autographed Vince Papale jersey.
Because the Eagles are playing Tampa that Thursday.
Yes, and he's
Could have
wearing
been
his
anybody's
autographed
jersey, but had
Vince
to be-
Papale's jersey.
Right. It could have been Roger Jaworski, Randall Cunningham, Reggie White, name your great Eagle, Vince Papale.
Uh-huh.
Like, you got your check that day,
Yeah.
and you should have saw that as a sign that the tide was turning
I know.
against you. Because the odds of that, what's the odds of that?
Probably the same odds as my friend just randomly getting a ticket to the Rolling Stones, you know, the day before the concert, he ended up sitting next to me.
And what was one of the hardest I've worked on that trip was trying to get Stoney as he was in the pool with Vince Papale in the frame as well.
Oh, his jersey, yes.
I kept walking up and down the pool trying to get the right angle. It took me a long time.
Yeah, but get back to Duncan Robinson. I mean, the fact that, as everybody knows, he's playing at a D3 school, and then his coach leaves, so sends him to Beeline because Beeline. I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, so good win for the Pistons.
I mean, isn't that Duncan Robinson? I know Beeline ball, we always said, about the three, and then they sometimes would like, oh, we're more than that and stuff. Duncan Robinson's the epitome of Beeline ball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Beeline's now, a developmental coach for the Pistons. But that Beeline ball accuracy from the three going.
Takes some time.
Well, yeah, and yes, while that is true, he also improved greatly defensively over his last season at Michigan.
Yes, he did.
As did, I think, the entire team, but I think that was embodied when they put Xavier Simpson at point guard.
Yes,
it's true.
No, I do think you're hitting on something here, Stoney. It would be nice at least see a Sports Center feature or something about just how much of an impact John Beeline's had on his life.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about that. If that doesn't happen, and the coach doesn't call as well from there.
Right.
But, I mean, his life changed forever.
He was doing podcasts with one of his other teammates who didn't play, and thought he was going to, he would ask guys, about getting into broadcasting. He was going to go probably play in Europe a little bit. And,
I mean, there's a Kurt Warner element to his story.
oh, there definitely is a Kurt Warner. No doubt about it. Pistons have some interesting home games coming up next too, though. Greg mentioned Steph Curry. He's here tomorrow night.
And, by the way, who's a player on that team is Jordan Poole. He's played really well for
Jordan Poole, I know. Out of nowhere. I mean, when we laughed, I said, why is he coming out? He should stay tuned. And he can develop in the G League and get your money, too. And then the Lakers are here on Sunday.
Yep.
LeBron might be playing. So he might make this action tomorrow night. Meanwhile, at historic Hinkle Fieldhouse, Michigan State, they played really well in the second half, 72-52 over Butler. Gabe Brown, 19. Max Christie, their freshman. He looks like the real deal. Look, it's still early. He had 18 points, made a few three-pointers, which was really nice. They did have their usual, but 20 turnovers.
Yeah.
And they had like a 7-minute drought. Maybe it was close to 9 minutes when they didn't score a basket. That's always been Michigan State's hang-up. Long droughts.
Yeah.
So does Michigan, for that matter. Turnovers, just
especially in November. It kind of it wouldn't seem like it was a coach's own coach team without these traits in November.
Yes, indeed. And as Jim Leland said, sometimes you don't want to pay too much for sentiment. We have no idea what the Tigers offered, if anything. But Justin Verlander decided to stick and stay
Yes.
with the Astros for at least one more year at
Yeah.
$25 million a year. And you know what?
Coming off of Tommy John,
I don't know if I would have paid him $25 million being the Tigers.
I don't. Why? No, I don't think you did.
Well, wait a second. How they could have done that? We got Matt Ishbia.
Good health.
Right. We'll get into that coming up next as Mel Tucker, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be one rich man. And is it well-deserved? We'll find out soon enough. Heather has news coming up at 6:35. It's the Stoney and Jansen Show, 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey, is your lease coming due and you're unsure of what to do next? Well, Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has some answers and they want to help you out. During the Black Friday sales event, you can get the John Jansen deal on a new 2022 Compass Limited for only $349 a month. Or if that's not what you're after, you can build your own custom vehicle to take delivery in as little as 3 weeks. Here's how you do it. Custom ordering is an easy 3-step process. It's called Remote Start. First, select the vehicle you want. Second, the accessories. And third, submit your custom order and wait for it to be built. Like I said, it can be built in as little as 3 weeks. It's just that simple. Log on to SouthfieldChrysler.com or go see my friends Bill and Tim and their entire team over at Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to get started today. Whether you live in Bloomfield Hills, Ferndale, Dearborn, or Madison Heights, you're just a short drive or click away from the best car buying experience you're ever going to have. Visit them online at SouthfieldChrysler.com. That's SouthfieldChrysler.com. And remember, all roads and all towns meet the Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram at 11.5 and Telegraph.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Must Construction Careers. Must Management and Union serving together. Not much of a drop this morning. There are no reported accidents and traffic volumes are still light. All freeways are clear so far. It's National Apprenticeship Week. Union Construction Skill Trains apprenticeships offer earn training with great wages and benefits. Roofers, plasterers, millwrights, insulators, sprinkler fitters, tile masons, wood layers, and more are all looking for qualified, motivated people. Learn more at MUSTcareers.org. I'm Michelle Penny of What's Trending.
So then I dropped the golden croutons on there, and the rest is selling history. I made the best seller ever, people. And now I'm making the best ever. The Caesar Sportsbook has got live in-game betting, parlays, and season rewards. Caesar still ain't got nothing on my ass.
Calling Michigan Department of Housing and Human Services Gambling Support Helpline at 1-800-270-7117. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. One mortgage myth that we hear all the time is having to choose between a 15 or a 30-year fixed-term mortgage. At Hall Financial, we offer the modern mortgage to create a flexible term that fits your unique financial situation. Our team of mortgage experts are available right now for a free 5-minute mortgage review at 866-CALL-HALL. You can chat with us at callhallfirst.com.
Hall Financial, NMLS ID 1467435. Equal housing lender.
Hey Detroit, listen up. Our annual Black Friday sales event is on, which means huge savings. Like a powerful 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Current FCA US employee lessees lease one for only $329 per month for 27 months with $3,891 due at signing. Or how about a new Jeep Grand Cherokee El Laredo with 3 rows that seat up to 7 passengers. FCA US employees can lease one for only $369 per month for 36 months with $3,839 due at signing. Tax, title, and license extra. Plenty of inventory to choose from. Or build the vehicle the way you want it and place your order today. Hurry into a Metro Detroit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. See dealer for details. Call 877-RAM-5722 for Ram or 1-888-925-JEEP for Jeep lease details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Chrysler Capital. Collection charge for miles over 10,000 per year. Take delivery by 11/30/2021.
Join 97.1 The Ticket Street Team tomorrow at Pino's Pizzeria from 7 until 9. You can win a ton of tickets to see the Detroit Lions at the Thanksgiving game in the Miller Lite Tap Room. Get more info at 97.1theticket.com. For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're different together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you.
so you can always depend on us. Call, clickgranger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done. Dell Technologies' biggest business sale of the year has arrived. Step up your vision with top tech up to 50% off during their Black Friday event. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Plus, get incredible savings on Windows 11 PCs, along with servers, monitors, and docks, all with free shipping. There's also special financing with Dell Business Credit. Get started by contacting your Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Love Zoom for video meetings. Now, choose Zoom to power your phone communications too. Zoom Phone works seamlessly within the Zoom app as your business phone system. Zoom Phone's secure HD audio and enterprise-grade reliability keep you connected to your teams and your customers. And it's easy to use on mobile, desktop, or desk phone. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Zoom, how the world connects.
What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries starting at just $79.99. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Do you have an opinion? Of course you do. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 with Ticket Studio line at 248-939-9797. The D Las Vegas. The home to transports in Vegas. TJ Lang joins Stoney and Jansen Mondays at 9 on 97.1. The Ticket. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio. Here's Stoney and Jansen.
Two Grand Slam coming up at 7:25. You win $2,000. I don't think Mel Tucker's going to be trying to win $2,000.
He may still be trying. But he's not going to need it.
All indications are that he's going to agree to a 10-year extension, paying him $95 million a year, which will be making him the second highest paid coach of football behind Nick Saban. The highest paid, obviously, in the Big Ten. And it's no secret that the move is being, funded by two donors. Matt Ishbia, who was suspected would be one of these guys, from United Wholesale Mortgage, basketball walk-on, company, needs a lot of players, takes care of teams, loves his university, and I think that's great. The other one, also MSU alum, I'm not familiar with him, Steve St. Andre, marketing graduate, founder of Shift Digital, which I believe is in Birmingham. Look, it's great. If you're a Spartan football fan, or Spartan anything, it's great. He's done a great job. It's short time. And it just proves that, you know what? It is. Timing is everything.
Yeah.
If LSU had not, gotten rid of Orgeron, or if his name might not have come up for, USC, there is no need to do this right now. But you want to keep him there. You believe that he has, helped turn this program around, which, early indications are has, but there's a big but there. It's 1 year. So you're basically, as they say, you're betting on the come, right, so to speak?
Wow.
Well,
I was ready to say something, and that just kind of took me by surprise. I don't. No, I don't. I don't play poker.
Perhaps.
Okay. I don't necessarily know that they didn't need to do this thing. At 9-1, I think they were going to do it, but what you're referencing is they didn't need to do it at this level. If they were going to give him a contract extension, normally it would be, you look at it and say, okay, well, what's Ryan Day making in the Big Ten?
Right.
The guy that's won, a couple of, but again, in a short period.
Right.
He's starting to get past the Urban Meyer recruits. He's starting to get his own guys in there and putting his own stamp on the program.
Yes.
And he's won some Big Ten championships. So you look at that and you say, okay, for him, we're going to do, I don't know, 7, 8 years. And it's, I don't even remember what he makes was it now, 8 million?
Something like that.
It's something like that. But after 1 year, knowing that LSU is open and they've got deep pockets, knowing USC is open and they've got deep pockets, knowing that the coaching carousel, even if it was Jimbo Fisher going to LSU, now all of a sudden Texas A&M has proven that they have deep pockets. They want to go after somebody. The domino effect is great. And the fact that those programs were open, I think it directed the amount of this. $9.5 million a year after, for a coach that is 16 and 13 throughout his coaching career.
Correct.
That's all we're saying is that the number, for me, 9.5 a year, is because those other ones are available. Did he deserve a contract extension and a huge raise? Absolutely. The expectations going into the season were that maybe we can get to 500. Maybe we're going to have only 4 wins. Now they're sitting at 9-1. Give that man an extension. And this also shows you the commitment that Michigan State is making to take their program to the next level.
Is it the commitment from Michigan State, or is it the commitment from the Lumps?
Well, I think it's both. I think it's the commitment from Michigan State that they want to commit to a coach for this length of time. And that they wanted to find a way to finance keeping their coach. Now, all of a sudden, you go out and you talk to donors and say, hey, would you be interested in contributing?
Here's my question. I'm not criticizing it at all. Our telephone number is 248-539-9797. Is it the tail, wagging the dog? Did Michigan State reach out to Ishbia and St. Andre and say, listen, we need help with this? Or did they say, listen, we love Mel Tucker. Here's the deal. We're not losing him. I'm writing you a check.
Okay, so, basically all we're saying is they're just doing it out in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because look at Texas. Look at all of these other
Oklahoma
programs.
State, they named the stadium after that guy, right?
Right, yeah.
Blue Pickens.
T. Blue Pickens, right?
Yeah.
T. Blue Pickens.
Yeah.
And this is not anything that doesn't already happen. The normal course of business is coach does well, want to keep the coach, and so you give him a raise. And if they're doing well, donors, donate to the university. But a coach doesn't do well, they don't donate to the university, and you can't pay him, so you fire him.
I hope they don't do it. I hope they don't. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet and greet the Matt Ishbia, Steve St. Andre head coach, Mel Tucker. Ira Fisher, whatever the heck they do in Michigan.
Yeah.
Because it's on the press releases. Nobody refers to Harbaugh and all their coaches as a coordinator, because those are endowments, really.
They are endowments to pay for the coach's salary. Or, they've done it for the strength coach.
Yeah,
they've done
I
it
understand
for the
that.
equipment manager. They've done it for a number of different. They did it. Donald R. Shepard, director of athletics, Ward Manuel.
Yeah.
That's like I announce them that way when we're in an official setting, but for the most, if I'm interviewing them, it's Ward Manuel, director of athletics.
It's a great, if you're Spartan, it's a great move. And you know what? And if he does not work out, well, where's the money coming from? Probably Ishbia to buy him out or whatever.
Well, so then that becomes the next question. And quite honestly, it's all behind closed doors anyway. If a coach isn't doing well, donors are going to speak with their dollars. And so this is just a couple of the guys donating, and if they don't like how it's going in year 3 or 4, they're going to make their voice heard to the athletic director.
Let's talk to Steve. You're on 97 on the ticket.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Steve. How are you?
Good. Hey, listen, this provides stability for today. That's a great thing.
Absolutely.
For the college football program. However, 2 words of caution. Charlie White. Charlie had less than a full year to beat Michigan. He had another big victory. Voila, a 10-year extension. It was an anomaly. It's a train wreck. Look, Tucker's done a great job. How much is sustainable and how much is the one-hit wonder? We're going to find out.
Yeah. You raise a really good point. Thanks for the call, Steve. I think it's sustainable because I see how their recruiting is getting better, and I like the fact that the assistant coach was raised too.
Yes. Well, I think that's very important to be able to keep your assistant coaches, because once you start having this success, now they want to pick off a coordinator. He gets a head job somewhere. And that's, you start looking around college football. And I mentioned the domino effect. I don't know that any of these coordinators would be a fit for LSU or USC. Right. But once somebody else leaves their program to go there, then it just keeps on going down the road. And let's take a look at Mel Tucker's staff.
It's a no-brainer.
What's the expectation here, though, long term? Because I'm trying to figure out, okay, can they do this on a consistent basis? And it's just I think they're trying to make the program cool, and I think Ishbia can definitely be a part of that. And with Tucker, but what the caller pointed out, he's kind of one of the first ones in on the transfer portal, and that's gonna equalize.
Well, he's
and
one
so
of the.
It's still going to come down to recruiting long term. So what I would ask Michigan State fans is, would this be good enough to be Oklahoma State? Mike Gundy has been there for a long time.
And he's
very sustainable program, has his rises, but hasn't gotten to the goal yet. Like the ultimate prize. They didn't even make the playoff like Daytona.
Right.
It's so hard in the East with Ohio State.
Right. Here's the question. You're right there. So part of the question, look, I think it's a brilliant move by Ishbia and St. Andre and the school to do it, because he's trending up. I've been saying how much I love the way they're building this program. But he's got Ohio State there. I'm not even putting Michigan in the equation for this discussion.
Yeah.
Are you okay with paying a guy that much money if, 9 times out of 10 years he's not going to win the East?
Well, we know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
And
So that's why I made the Oklahoma State comparison,
Right.
which I think is a perfect comparison.
248-539-9797. Heather has news next, and we'll take your phone calls on this as well. Heather?
Yeah, for years, there's a Michigan man who thought he actually got away with murder. And he could have actually gotten away with it, except he forgot about this.
I'm sure it's not very smart.
Oh, 97 won the ticket.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Pro Football Sunday, Buffalo, a 7-point favorite at home against Indianapolis. Total in this game is 50. Now, I'm more interested in playing this game against the spread, and I like Indianapolis, but I really want to capture 7.5, and it looks like that's where this line is headed. If it hits that number, I'm going to be all over Indy in this spot. Less of a play against Buffalo and more of a play on Indianapolis, a team that's been ascending, even though they only beat Jacksonville by 6 last week. I think the offensive line should be good enough to get some push against Buffalo's defense, open up holes in the running game for Indy to fall inside the number. Waiting for 7.5, and I like Indianapolis plus 7.5 on the road in Buffalo. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
Hi friends, Bill Gunley here, hoping you had a great Thanksgiving and also reminding you there's still plenty of great values. For example, qualified Chrysler employees can lease the all-new 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 4x4 for just $742 a month. Leases for 48 months, 10,000 miles a year with $2,000 down. Since 1966, we've been honored to serve you. So come experience the Gowling difference. You'll be glad you did. That's Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Rosedale, online at Gowling.com.
Klipsch Premium Audio. The combination of thoughtful design, constant innovation, and premium materials creates the ultimate listening experience. Your music has never sounded so good. Klipsch, keepers of the sound.
Shop Black Friday deals even earlier at Lowe's. Like your choice Craftsman 20-volt max drill or impact driver kit was $79, now $59. And special values, plus up to $750 off now on select major appliances and free delivery over $299. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Must ask cashier to apply coupon. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Can be combined with additional discounts. Exclusions apply. Valid through 11/24. While supplies last. U.S. only.
Velvety paper feel, exquisite colors, stunning scale. At Staples, we sweat the details and quality of every print project. Stop by Staples and try our Print Bid Promise. We're committed to getting your print job right, to treating your small business
hospitalized within the next 2 weeks.
That sucks.
It does. And this reminds me of like my news back in the 2 years ago, when every day it was like, well, we've added this many cases, and this. It's not great news, no. So Thanksgiving Day essentials are running low. We've talked about this too, not surprising. During the first week of November, retailers were running low on stock of essential items compared to the same time last year. And I'm talking things you need for Thanksgiving dinner: whole turkeys, packaged pies, liquid gravy, cranberry sauce, things like that everyone needs. So grocers say that the shortage is due to supply chain disruptions and also just high demand. So we have limited stock, plus everyone wants to get their hands on that. So if you haven't started shopping, you might want to do that. They do say don't panic if you haven't started shopping yet, because most likely you will find what you want.
Expect to look harder for it.
Yeah, and it might not be the brand you want. So you can still go get cranberry sauce, but it might not be the actual kind that you were hoping for. It might be more of a generic brand or a different brand than you would typically get. But they do say they expect you should still be able to find a substitute.
So take the turkey out of it. What's the one thing that you would be crushed by if it wasn't there?
Mashed potatoes.
Nothing. I mean, there's a list. I don't know if there's one. You take one thing out, all of a sudden it changes the whole deal.
No, I'll get inside those. Potatoes, there's not a shortage. Okay? And stuffing you can make from scratch, right? Which is the best.
Same with gravy.
The gravy.
Yes.
So it's the other items that, like, pie, green bean casserole, maybe. Like, you get the,
Green bean casserole is.
And then he's going to pick out this year.
Exactly. I can do without the green beans, though. That's all right. I agree. But if you're telling me I have to,
You gotta take
if I
away
got to take
something.
away one, get rid of the green beans. I'll give me my stuffing, my mashed potatoes, and here's the thing. I did find the Costco pumpkin pies.
They're so good.
Yeah, and we had gotten one to test, and another one.
They're huge, John.
Oh yeah,
We're going to test this
yes,
huge
great
pie.
test. Yes, we're down to pies.
Do you
Make
use
sure you still get some podcast.
Do you put Cool Whip on it, or what's
The
pumpkin
Ready
pie?
Whip. Oh,
See,
yeah.
that's the debate. Is it Ready Whip or Cool Whip?
Oh, it's certainly Ready
And it's
Whip.
certainly Cool Whip.
So does Teddy get a taste of Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, trust me, he's already had a little Ready Whip. He's had some. He had a Thornberry pie. He had a little taste of that.
Probably eating elk already.
Yeah, he's had a little taste of steak. That was the first thing he had.
Good.
Yeah.
Let him know I'm going the right way.
Oh yeah.
All right, thank you, Heather. Don't forget, 7:25. It's the $2 Grand Slam. We're meeting with the law yesterday. I'm not Matt's ready to 7:150.
Hey, you guys, you can enjoy your favorite sports more than ever with my friends at BetRivers Sportsbook. They're your hometown sportsbook with great odds, daily boosts, fast payouts, and special promotions around all major sports. And you can also go create your ideal combo and combine multiple bets in a single wager with BetRivers' new same-game parlay feature. Just pick the games and the legs, then sit back and see how the action unfolds. And trust me, it is one of the greatest thrills when your same-game parlay hits. So go give it a try with BetRivers. And of course, if you're new to BetRivers, they'll actually match your first deposit up to $250. You just got to use the code 250MATCH when you sign up. So go make the most out of all your favorite sports. Download the app or check out BetRivers.com and start betting with a winner. BetRivers Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Visit BetRivers.com for full terms and conditions. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
97 Waterfront tickets. Traffic.
From the WWJ Traffic Center, this report brought to you by eBay. As usual, construction slowdowns can be expected right now along 275 northbound from Wolf Road to Eureka Road. Really not much else on the area freeway
dough on stand mixers. Or get more for your buck on tech and gaming gear. Get more and save more on premium brands with eBay's exclusive deals.
This Odyssey.com Sports Minute is brought to you by Lalonde Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
This is Boomer Science with an Odyssey Sports Minute. As the second half of this 2021 NFL season kicks into high gear, some 60% of the league's 32 teams support records of 500 or better. The NFL's built for parity, folks, especially when the salary cap is properly adhered to. So then, what's the biggest difference between the winners and the also-rans? It's really no secret, and feel free to call me biased if you will, but it's all about the guy behind center. Here's the deal. There are about 20 teams with a quarterback who is competent enough to keep them in games. There's your 60%. Then there are about half a dozen teams that truly have their guy calling signals. We all know who they are, and we can expect to see all of them competing for a Super Bowl title in February. This is why the quarterback is the most important position in professional sports, as if you didn't know that. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Detroit area attorneys. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. CordellCordell.com.
What's your ultimate game day experience? A tricked out man cave? Deluxe tailgate? Then enter the 5-Hour Energy Football Sweepstakes for a chance to win $10,000 and make your ultimate game day experience a reality. To enter, buy any 5-Hour Energy product and upload the receipt. It's that easy. The 5-Hour Energy Football Sweepstakes. Enter today.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 and only U.S. entered U.S. Ends December 10th, 2021. For official rules and how to enter without purchase, visit 5hesport.com. For prohibited.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Companies. If you thought you missed your chance to refinance and save, think again. Mortgage rates have recently dropped below 3%, and Rocket Mortgage can help you save big. You could lower your monthly payment and prepare yourself for a better financial future. But you've got to act now. Call us today at 833-8ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Conditions apply. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
The NFL season has given us a big Week 11 divisional matchup between rivals Arizona and the Seattle Seahawks. FanDuel Sportsbook is about to make it even bigger because FanDuel is giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. You know what that means? You can win $150 on a $5 bet. Are you already a FanDuel Sportsbook user? FanDuel is hooked